Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here today on this live stream. At whatever point you get in, you may join me live or you may watch it on replay. It's great to have you. So if you've not been here before, my name is Angela and thank you for coming and spending a little time out with me today. So in this video, in this live stream, we're going to get cooking. We're going to do some meal prep today. I'm going to tell you what we're going to make. But before that, well, let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make a Caesar salad or a Caesar salad style dish today. We're going to prep some fruits for tomorrow. Good evening, Horatio. Great to have you with me. We're going to prep some apple and peanut butter for tomorrow lunch. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for breakfast. Hello, Vic. Great to have you with me today. But before we get into that, I've been meaning to say this all week and I keep forgetting. But when I look back on like my videos, I have to laugh. Because the thumbnail, I'm doing things like this. Like that. Or holding my shopping bags. And there's a reason for that. I know, I make myself laugh. There's a reason for that is because now that I'm coming to you on live stream and I haven't really got the time to go in and create a thumbnail when I go live on YouTube. It gives me the option to create a thumbnail. So I usually it gives me 3 seconds and I'm usually like, oh, I know, makes me laugh. So I thought I would just explain that to you. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to make a Caesar style salad. We're going to prep some fruit and I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for breakfast in the morning. But I went to Tesco's, hence the thumbnail. I'm like that on my thumbnail, I know. And I got a little gem lettuce, and it was reduced from 90p to 36 pennies. I was like, coming home with me, mate. I can do something with you. So that came home with me. I picked up these wraps. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with them. There's 2 things I'm going to do with them, and I'll tell you that in a bit. Picked up some olives, a jar of olives. I've literally just found a jar lurking at the back of the fridge. It's been there for a few months, so I've literally just binned it. And I'm like really cross with myself because I just hate throwing it away. So I'm going to make sure I get these used over the next week or so. And then I also picked up some apples. Now, I went to my local Tesco's, the small Tesco's, and I like Pink Lady, but they didn't have any in. So I just thought I'd get these ones. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so we are going to get started with the Caesar salad. And I've already taken my chicken breast, and these chicken breasts, goodness, God knows what they're feeding these chicken breasts on, but they're like flipping enormous, I know. So I've taken 2 and I've cut them in half, and I'm going to fry off 2, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with the other 2 as we go along. So what I'm going to do to get started is I'm going to get my gas on, and I'm going to brush my pan. I've got my pan here, and I'm going to brush it with a little bit of oil. When I bought these pans, oh goodness me, my lid fell off and all my oil is in my pan. Oh, that's not a good start. That's not a good start, but let's get some tissue. No, we're not doing fried chicken. So I'm going to just tip it into the... Actually, that should be all right. I've just tipped most of it out, and that's enough. That'll be fine. So I'm just going to warm that through. So how's your day been? Hope you've had a lovely day. I've had a cracking day. I've had a really, really good day. So at work, and I've really missed this. I've really missed this, working at home. But now that I've got this new job and I'm in the office and I'm with like hundreds of people, we do all sorts of things, and we have a team that puts together like breakfasts and lunch like buffets. And today we had a lunch buffet to celebrate Eid and Vaisakhi, which are Hindu and Muslim festival. And it was wonderful. I was helping out, serving the food, and yeah, had first dibs at the food. And it was interesting. I want to talk to you about that, about when we're on that weight loss journey, how do we deal with that whole buffet situation? So I'm going to mention that in a moment. So what I've got here, I've got 2 chicken breasts, and I've cut them in half. Okay, so I've got, I think I've got 5 pieces. Yeah, I've got 5 pieces because they were really thick. So I've got 5 pieces, and I've washed them with my salt and lemon in tepid water, drained them, and I've seasoned them with salt, pepper, and all-purpose seasoning. Now, because this is going into a salad and there's going to be a sauce, I don't want the seasoning to be overpowering, so I've just seasoned it really lightly. And I'm going to just cook off 2 pieces. So I'm just going to pop that in my pan. I'm going for 2 small pieces. Okay. And the rest, you can see there's 3 pieces here. I'm just going to cover them, and I'm going to put them in the fridge. These are my IKEA. I tell you, I should be on commission for IKEA. I really should. So IKEA, if ever you get to watch this now or in the future, I'm up for a bit of sponsorship. I love these glass containers from IKEA. They are absolutely cracking. Well, not cracking as in broken, but really good. They do glass ones, they do plastic ones, but I like the glass ones. It's a really good quality thick glass. It's got this lid. They stack really nicely. It can go into the fridge, into the freezer. Absolutely brilliant. Really love those. So that is now ready just to go into the freezer. So I'm going to pop that in there. Oh, what I'm going to do with these is tomorrow evening, or I might even do it Friday morning, I'm going to make a burger. I'm going to do a chicken burger, and I'm going to fry up some thin strips of chicken, well, like the breast, like a piece like this. This is ready to turn over. I'm going to turn my gas down. I'm going to fry off a piece, and then I'm going to pop it in a wrap, and I'm going to make chicken burgers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my lunch, probably Friday. Yeah. So for now, we've got the protein. Really important to get your protein in. Keeps you fuller for longer. That's just frying off really nicely. So, as I said, we had a buffet, and I was absolutely fine helping to set up the table, lay all the food out, and I was like, do you know what, I'm going to enjoy this food with my eyes first and foremost. And we had samosas. I love samosas. We had curry patties, beef patties, lamb patties. There was like lots of salad, there was curries, butter chicken, korma, People had made curries as well, brought those in. There was naan breads, and then there was all the cakes and the desserts and all the treats. It was absolutely beautiful. And you know what was really even better was just be able, because I'm new in the office, it was nice to see everybody and to serve people and get to know people a little bit. It was really, really good. So I was thinking to myself, how am I going to manage this? Because I'm on a weight loss journey, and I know I've got lots of new people that have joined me. So just in case you didn't know, I've lost 8 stone 6 pounds to date. I've come from a size 26 at my biggest to now an average 12-14. Yeah. So I was thinking, how am I going to manage this? So I'm going to take my chicken out now, because I don't want it to be, I want it cooked, but I don't want it dry. And I'm just going to cut it just to make sure that the center is cooked. And that's a little tip for you guys. See, still a little bit pink. Okay, so I'm just going to put it back. Let's check this one. Yeah, a little tip for you when you're cooking chicken is to thin it down, because the chicken breast is huge. She's off again. Can you hear her? Betsy, we've been here before, my darling. That's my cat. We've been here before, my darling. This is Angela's show. It's not the Betsy show. What's she like? What's she like? She does this, I swear, she does this every time I put the camera on. Attention seeker. That's our Betsy. So back to this, guys. When you're cooking, pan frying your chicken like this, the thinner you can get it, the better. Yeah. Because you're going to find the outer edges are cooked, but not the inside. And you want your inside cooked. So I'm just going to put it back into the pan just for a couple of minutes, because we don't want any pink. We don't want any pink in this. Now, of course, you could have cooked it in the air fryer, or you could cook it in the oven if you want to. But we're just going to put it back on just for a couple of minutes. And whilst that's doing, it's on a very low heat. We're going to start with the salad. Oh, I just missed a message. I do apologise. I missed a message. So, how do you deal with buffets and food on the weight loss journey? And everybody will have a different view and a different perspective, and that's absolutely fine. But this is mine. This is my view and my perspective, and this is how I dealt with it today. Drop that in the bin. The way I dealt with it today was this. First, it starts up here. We often go straight here to the belly, yeah? But and also with our eyes. We look and it's tempting, and then we think about our bellies. But weight loss, and you know, I really, really believe this. I really do. Weight loss isn't about your eyes, and it isn't about your belly. Weight loss is about your mindset. It's about your brain. It's about your mindset. And if you can work on your mindset, that's half the journey over. I really, 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 truly believe that. And on my journey, when I was, you know, using my eyes and my belly first, it was hard. But as soon as I started using my mind and thinking about things and using that positive mindset, it became a little bit easier. So the way I started dealing with the buffet, and let me tell you, it was a proper spread. It was gorgeous. My mindset was this. I'm brand new to the team. We're celebrating an event, well, 2 events, Eid and Vasaki. It's been a massive team effort. people have gone out of their way to bring in food. Somebody's wife had made a beautiful curry. Somebody else had made biryani. There was a lot of food. And my first thought was, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. I'm just testing the chicken again. There we go. Yeah, it's lost its pink. So that is now cooked. Okay, that's now cooked. I'm going to take it off the gas, but I'm just going to leave it in the pan just so that residual heat will just, you know, I mean, it's cooked, but I just want that residual heat to finish it off. So, so my mindset was, you know, we're celebrating Eid and Vaisakhi, and if somebody was celebrating a very important event to me, I would want them to eat and enjoy themselves. And also being in that office environment, I wanted to, you know, I wanted to be part of the team. So this was my positioning on this, and everybody's different, yeah, but the way I dealt with it was, I'm going to have just a little of what I fancy, just a little. So I had one samosa, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I had I had a prawn cocktail sandwich, just one, so a quarter of it. I had a coronation chicken sandwich, just one of those, you know, they do them in quarters, just one triangle. And I had a cake. Oh my goodness, this cake was like, it was like a donut, and it was covered in a little bit of icing. God, that was so nice. And then there was another one which was covered in coconut. And what else did I have? Oh, and I did have a slice of chocolate gâteau, but I didn't like it. I had 2 mouthfuls and that was it. I was done. And then I brought home 2 samosas and 2 curry patties, and they're going to go in the freezer for another day. And the way I looked at it was, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy it, because am I ever going to go to an event again and not eat? No way. No. It's this, for me, is my lifestyle, and as part of my lifestyle, I'm going to have it. I could have gone wild and I could have had, you know, a big portion of or everything. I could have had big 2 or 3 samosas. I could have had, you know, 4 or 5 pieces of sandwiches. I could have had, you know, 3 or 4 curry patties. I could have easily have done that. But I thought, no, I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to put the brakes on. Yeah. I'm going to enjoy my food. I'm going to enjoy the occasion. I'm going to eat and celebrate with my colleagues. Betsy, down, now, down, come on, down. All the way, please, all the way. You know you're not allowed up here. Down, come on. Say hello to the people. Say hello. Down, come on, down. You're not getting back up there. Now, I know that you are a diva and you are absolutely interrupting my show. What's you like? No, come on, out. Out. All the way. In there, all the way. Proper diva. What's you like? What's you like? Now, guys, now you see why I buy so much disinfectant. Yeah, I buy so much of it because I have to disinfect everything, all the work surfaces. It's proper diva. I think this is her way of saying she wants her own YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. Diva. So the way that I dealt with today was I decided I'm going to have just a little bit of what I fancy. Yeah, I bought some home. It's going in the freezer. But when I was there, I was enjoying the samosa, you know, the curry patties. I was enjoying the food. But as I always do, small amounts, a small portion, and eating it really, really slowly. Yeah? Don't get any ideas. Is that about Betsy's channel? I know. Do you know some of the biggest YouTube channels are pets? I know. So that was my view today. Was I'm gonna just have a little bit of what I fancy. Because as you know, guys, I don't want to live my life stressing about what and how much I eat and does it fit into this regime or that regime. That's not me anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my food because it's a healthy choice. Because we started this conversation, what is healthy? What does healthy look like? And in that situation, for me, healthy was having that samosa. It was having the curry patty. It was having those things because it was healthy for my mindset. What wouldn't have been healthy is if I decided to restrict and not have it. And as soon as I left work, ended up in the samosa shop with a box of 12. That's not healthy. Or down the Greggs, buying like a pack of donuts. That's not healthy. Or getting home, and as you know, I've got chocolate in the fridge, binging on the chocolate. That's not healthy. Yeah? So it's getting that balance right. And for me, having just a little bit, I didn't go overboard, just having a little bit and enjoying it with my colleagues, being respectful to them, was absolutely the right thing to do. So now that's why I'm doing my Caesar salad. And I'm not hungry. And then it's my grandson's birthday today. I know. So straight after work, I went over to see him. And I had a slice of cake and ice cream as well. And I loved it. And there was no way, Jose, on this earth, was I not going to sit down with my family and enjoy a slice of cake and ice cream with my grandson. Would never happen in this world. Never. So, yeah, I had a day of indulgence. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know that is not going to dent my weight loss journey. Now, if I was weighing daily, I'd probably see a big dent. If I was weighing weekly, I'd see a dent. But because I weigh monthly, just balance it out. Balances all out. So yeah, not worried about it. And for me, that is healthy. So that's why I come home and I'm not hungry at all. Not hungry. So I'm not having anything to eat this evening. I'm going to have a cup of tea when I finish this. Not hungry. Not hungry at all. I've overindulged, thoroughly enjoyed it. Moving on from that. But what I am doing is prepping for tomorrow. Prepping some meals that are going to be nutritious, going to be satisfying, going to be wholesome, and going to be a really healthy choice. And for me, that is lifestyle. That is my lifestyle. Not worrying, not stressing, enjoying the moment, and then moving past that. Tomorrow's another day, turning over that new leaf. So that's what we're doing today. So I've taken my romaine, my lettuce, and I like just to take out the outer leaves. Okay, and this core, I personally don't tend to wash it because it's clean, it's tight. But and with lettuce like this, the minute you start washing it, it gets all soggy, and I don't want that. So I usually just ditch the two outer leaves. Okay, so I'm cutting that, and I've got me container. Again, IKEA, they do different sizes. I know. And then that's all going to go in here. And you know, part of the weight loss journey, it is about that. It is about being prepared. It is about being prepared. And for that, you need to use your mindset. The mindset is a massive part. Yeah, for me, mindset is the biggest part of the journey. And it's interesting because, you know, so many programs, and I've done it before. As soon as I sign up to a program, I'm like, right, what can I eat? Yeah, what can I eat? Or what shouldn't I eat? And it's like we throw the baby out with the bathwater, and I've seen it so many times. We throw the baby out with the bathwater because the mindset says, right, I'm in diet mode, I'm on this diet, I'm on this program, I'm on this journey, I'm on this healthy lifestyle, you know, and we throw the baby out with the bathwater. But in my opinion, what I have learned is that it's more important to say, okay, let me work on my mindset as the first point of call. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm just going to make tiny little swaps. Tiny, tiny, tiny little swaps. So, if you like have fried chicken, maybe grill it or air fry it. Or if you like, I don't know, maybe sugar in your tea. Instead of having 2 or 3 spoonfuls, try going for half a spoon or 2, or, you know, just reducing it a little bit. Yeah, just those tiny, tiny little swaps. If you're having bread, maybe and toast, maybe can you swap it out to maybe 1 slice of bread? Yeah. So make those tiny little swaps whilst you're working on your mindset. Yeah. Whilst you're, you know, building your knowledge, building that information. And as you work on your mindset, then you realize, actually, this is easy. It's easier than I thought, because the minute you think, right, I've got to stop eating this because that makes me gain weight, or I've got to start eating this because this is good for me and it's going to help me lose weight, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, you know. So, and funnily enough, I had exactly that conversation with somebody today, you know. And it's about going for the foods that we love, absolutely love, not going for the foods that we like or the things that we think we should have, but going for the foods that we love, and maybe just looking at how we can just build it in, going for that smaller portion, adding in more veggies with it. Yeah. Maybe making those swaps if we want to, you know. So maybe if you're doing a bolognese, instead of 10% mince, go for 5%. And then even that, you know, or swapping it for chicken mince if you like chicken mince or turkey mince, or maybe going for that 5% or 10% mince if that's what you've got, but bulking it out with some kidney beans or some lentils or some chickpeas, you know. So we're building in that all that extra nutrition, but reducing the amount that we actually use of that mince. So yeah, it's a step by step process. But if we start thinking, right, that's it, I'm on this journey, right, I've got to stop eating this, I've got to cut this out, you know, I'm gonna you know, start doing this, it's not sustainable. You might be able to stay in it for a week, maybe a month, maybe 3 months, but for years, for the rest of your life, it isn't. You know, well, I say that for a lot of people, it isn't. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take an apple and I'm going to going to give it a bit of a wash. Normally, I like Pink Lady, but I didn't have any, so I had to put it with some galas. So I'll just give it a bit of a wash here. So, there we go. And the other thing that, you know, we do in the weight loss industry, and I've heard this so many times this week, is we're like, right, I'm on this health kick, this health and wellness journey. I need to get down the gym. I need to sign up to a gym membership, or I need to start going to Zumba, or I need to start running or walking. I need to do all of these things that I never used to do before. And, you know, if you feel that you have to do that, rather than you wanting to do that, again, you have to think, how sustainable is that? How sustainable is it? Because that's why, do you know what? I remember once somebody said that they were going to open a gym, like put out online that people could sign up for this gym membership. And they were it was just going to be a pound. Because they knew people would pay the pound month after month after month, but never use it. Yeah, we start off with great intentions, and that's because that's kind of like using your left hand when you're right-handed, or vice versa. So again, you know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If, like, for example, I'm not a walker. I'm not a big walker. I'll walk in the summer when the weather's nice, but like it's cold, it's wet. I struggle just walking to the car. Hate it. Not that bad really. But yeah, you won't find me going out for a walk when it's cold, it's wet, it's damp. I love going to the gym, but only in the spring and the summer. Being absolutely honest, you won't find me in a gym in the winter. No, not happening. Yeah, but if I was there thinking I've got to be there when, I've got to go for that walk, I've got to go for the run because that's going to make me lose weight, it didn't quite work. Do things because you enjoy it, and because it's, you know, good for your mindset, it's good for your body. Don't do it, whether it's activity or food, don't do it because you think that's going to help you lose weight, because that's not sustainable. You've got to do what works for you, but over the long term. So what I've got here, I've taken the apples and I've just sliced them into thin pieces, and there's two reasons I'm doing that. I'm going to need another apple. What I'm doing is I'm going to pour them in my jar, because this is going to be a snack for, just drop one. It's going to be a snack for tomorrow. So just chuck them all in there. I love this snack, absolutely love this snack. It's really simple. It's my apples with my peanut butter. Absolutely love this. I love just like spreading just a little bit of peanut butter on the apples. So, and I like this in the afternoon because that way I get the hit of the sweetness of the apples. I get the crunch of the peanut butter as well. Now this is actually, I keep calling it peanut butter. It's not peanut butter, it's almond butter. And I like almond butter because, you know, you only have to do a little bit of research and you'll find out just how good almonds are for us. They are, I remember once on the Zoe podcast, I'm just taking a spoonful. On the Zoe podcast, if anybody knows the Zoe podcast, I was listening to it today. I love that podcast. They were talking about intermittent fasting, by the way, but brilliant. And Dr. Sarah Berry said that almonds, if there's one food in the world that should be on prescription, it should be almonds. Almonds are nature's superfood. Yeah, but not the blanched almonds, it's the almonds with the husk on. So the one with the brown husk on. Yeah. So peanuts are great, peanut butter is fine, but I just swapped to almond butter. Well, I swapped to almond butter years ago, but when she said that, I was like, yeah, sort of reconfirmed what I believed. Yeah. And I bought this other one the other day because this one's nearly finished. So I got another jar of almond butter. And they're roughly the same price, almond butter compared to peanut butter. But the value in terms of the nutrition you're going to get from almond butter is far superior than peanut butter. So this is my snack tomorrow. This is me sliced apples with my peanut butter. And I just go in and I just dip it. Just have it as dip. Absolutely delicious. Delicious. So that's one done. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another apple for the salad. So again, I'm going to take this one, give this a bit of a wash. So yeah, you know, weight loss starts with mindset. Mindset is really key, because we often think it starts with food and activity. In my experience, and in my opinion, has to be mindset. Has to be 100%. Otherwise, it becomes unsustainable. When I used to be in studio, I remember I used to well, before I became a coach, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to chop this apple into little chunks now. Sort of bite-sized chunks that's going to go into my salad. When I was a coach, before I became a coach, I remember going to a workshop and somebody had lost like, I think it was like 9 pounds in her first week. And the coach, like this was back in the day, this, not this weight loss journey, but one of my previous ones, because, you know, I've joined many a time. And the coach said, which I didn't think was very fair looking back, she said to the member, and what have you done to lose 9 pounds this week? And I looked and I was really surprised. But she was questioning how she'd lost 9 pounds. And I remember thinking to myself, well, if you're following the programme, it's very possible. It's very possible. But when I became a coach, I started to see, and that's always stuck with me. When I became a coach, that stuck with me. I remembered it. And I understood why. I understood why the coach had asked that question. And looking back, it was because this member wasn't a particularly large person, didn't have a huge amount of weight to lose. And what I understand now is that, you know, if you've got a lot of weight to lose, when I was in a coach, I remember the biggest amount of weight loss I've seen was somebody lost 14 pounds in her first week, but I think she was about 26, 27 stone. She was a large lady. So 14 pounds was, you know, was within that ratio. It's kind of like somebody who's 14 stone losing 4 pounds in a week. Yeah, it's the scale. And the other large weight loss I saw was there was a man and a woman, husband and wife, and she lost like 3 pounds and he lost like 10. And she was like, well, how's that possible? We've eaten exactly the same thing in the week. How's that possible? And that's a question for another time that I'll come back and answer. And so the coach said, have you lost like 7 or 8 pounds in a week? And this person wasn't particularly, she didn't particularly have a lot of weight to lose. And I look back now and I understood why the coach had asked that question. And the woman said, kind of went all a bit red because she knew what she was doing. And she just said, well, I just followed the plan. Well, when the coach was really, really skilled, and it turned out, to cut a long story short, it turned out that this woman had done a liquid fast all week. Yeah, she was on meal replacements, and that's why she'd lost so much weight. So I'm just going to get my apple and I'm going to chuck it in. I'm going to take about half of this apple because that's a fair amount, and I'm going to I'll put the rest in here. I forget why I was telling you that. Oh yeah. So, when you get to understand how weight loss happens, what happens in our bodies for weight loss to happen, then you start to see, because that was it. I was going to tell you, I had this, again, I had a lovely, lovely, lovely lady, and she came to me, and first week, she'd lost 7 pounds. And I'm thinking, okay, by this time, my knowledge about weight loss had gone up. Yeah, I was there and now I was here. And I was like, okay. And I thought to myself, she's doing something other than the plan. Anyway, the second week, she came back and she'd gained 6 pounds. And she says, I just don't understand it. Every time I lose a huge amount of weight, and the second week I put most of it back on. And I said, I had to be frank with her, and I said, what are you doing? Because, my experience tells me you shouldn't be losing 7 pounds. No way. 1 to 2 pounds, yeah, but not 7 pounds. And again, she admitted she was restricting. She was really restricting. And that's how she was losing the weight. But then she couldn't sustain it. She couldn't sustain not having any food. And then the next week, she put it back on. And I completely understand that, because when I was doing, and I've told you before in the past, I've done liquid diets. I've done Cambridge, I've done Slim Fast. I'm just going to get some olives out. And it was exactly the same. I'd gone in and, had to have this liquid meal, this meal replacement. And I was so hungry. Oh my days, I was ridiculously hungry. Oops. But the weight fell off me. Literally fell off me. But I was so hungry. I was super hungry. I'm just going to chop these olives in half. I was super hungry. And I lasted about 3.5 weeks. How I didn't kill somebody, I really don't know. I was so hungry. And then when I did, and I remember, I'll never forget, I had a tin of tuna in the cupboard and a tin of mixed bean. And I thought, I'll just have half of this mixed bean with like a quarter of the tin of tuna. Well, in minutes, I'm down the lot. Tin of tuna and a tin of mixed beans. And I devoured half the food in the cupboard, went down the supermarket, just couldn't stop eating. For about a week, I could not stop eating. And that's what happens when we restrict. Yeah, we restrict and then we just can't stop eating. Now, that is different to binge eating as a disorder, because sometimes we get it mixed up. You have disordered eating and you have an eating disorder. Okay, very different. Someone with an eating disorder has been diagnosed by a medical profession as having an eating disorder, okay? But disordered eating is something very different. And a lot of us have disordered eating. And I also think that we use the word binge incorrectly. And I know I say it myself, but I think that we use the word binge incorrectly, because we're not binge eating, because that's often related to disorder, an eating disorder. We just lose control. We just lose control of our eating. Yeah, it's disordered. It's not ordered. It's not you know. So, and that's what happens when we restrict, and we restrict food, or we restrict when we go to a party or a buffet or an event, and we restrict. I've done it so many times, guys, you know. I'm going to chop up my chicken now. So in here, I've got my lettuce, my apples, a couple of olives. I love black olives. I find that the green olives are a little bit acidic. And I'm going to turn my board over and I'm going to just slice up my chicken. And I've done it myself, you know, many times. I remember once I'd gone to my friend's and she'd made me this sandwich, and it was a wrap with a bit of mayo, a slice of ham and a slice of cheese, and she'd wrapped it, and I had a bag of crisps, and oh my god, it was so delicious. It was really simple, but it was really delicious because I was hungry. And she was like, do you want another one? And I was like, you know what, it's like, you try to be polite. I was trying to be really polite. I was like, no, I'm fine. She goes, come on, there were only tiny wraps, like small wraps like this. Small like this, not the big ones. And I was like, no, honestly, I'm absolutely fine, absolutely fine. I'll just drop this lid. Here we go. Just wash my hands. I was like, no, I'm absolutely fine. No, I'm not hungry. I was being polite. Wow. It backfired, didn't it? Because when I left her house, I had to drive past the Asda. No prizes for guessing what happened. I went into the Asda. I bought a pack of wraps. I had mayo in the fridge. I bought ham and I bought cheese. And I bought a 6-pack of crisps. And I went home and I devoured most of them. Most of it. Devoured it. Disordered eating. Yeah, not an eating disorder, disordered eating. And if I'd have just said, yeah, go on, I'll have another one, I wouldn't have stuffed myself stupid. I I wouldn't have even gone into Asda. Restriction. That's the result of restriction. So I'm just going to take my chicken now. I've just sliced it up roughly. It doesn't have to be anything posh or fancy. You can if you want, but you know, that's not me. I'm going to have a little taste actually. That's nice. That's nice. And I'm just going to give it all a bit of a mix. Yeah, that's what happens when we restrict. So for me, I'm like, if I want it, I'm going to have it, but I'm going to control it. Because my mindset is in control. Not my belly, not my eyes. Yeah. So, yeah. You know, just chuck this in. So there we go, guys. So that's me salad for tomorrow. And then I've got some croutons. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put my little pot. I'm going to pop some croutons in here. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I've got my parmesan. And I'm going to just shave a little bit off. Where are we? I've got a grater, but I don't want the grater. I've got a cheese slice. Well, I hope you can't see. Oh, good, you can't see my jaws. These jaws are not a pretty sight. I don't know where it is. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. I'm just going to use this small paring knife. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the cheese. And I'm just going to just create little shavings. Yeah. Because you've got to have a little bit of parmesan. You could grate it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to take a few shavings. So yeah, guys, the best way to, you know, affect our mindset and to give up on ourselves and our journey is to restrict. Now, if I was eating at that buffet every single day, I'd have to do something. I'd have to say, I'm not going. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to say something like that. But we don't. Oh, she's at it again. She's trying to get in the kitchen. But because it's, you know, I think we only do it once in a blue moon. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, you know. So I've got a little bit of my shavings in there. And I'm going to put some croutons in here as well. About 5. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 6 have gone in. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a little space in here. There we go. And then tomorrow I'll just tip this over into that, and I'm just going to put my lid on. I've got some salt and pepper in my desk, so I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit. If I put salt on the lettuce now, it's going to draw the moisture out and you end up with soggy lettuce. So I don't want that. So I'm going to leave it nice and crisp like that. So there we go. And then tomorrow, I'm going to take along my jar of Caesar salad sauce and just put a drizzle on that. And that's my lunch tomorrow. And this is my snack, my apples and peanut butter. Now that is an apple. That is one of these and a half. And I just think that that looks a lot more, don't you think? Looks a lot more. So yeah, pleased with that. So that's lunch tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do with this is on Friday morning, or I might make it tomorrow night or Friday morning. I'll see how I feel. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to fry off one of these chicken breasts. So I'm leaving them to marinate. I'm going to pop a little bit of mayo on here, and then put a slice of tomato and a little bit of lettuce, and then I'm going to top it with another wrap and create my burger. Yeah, I'll show you when I come to do that. If I do it in the evening, I'll do it. But if I do it on Friday morning, I'll show you, but it's going to be early, okay? That'll be that. But tomorrow, for breakfast tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. Got some eggs. I've got to use up my eggs. I'm going to season my eggs, crack them, mix them, pop them in the pan, okay? As it's cooking, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on, and then I'm going to get a wrap and I'm going to pop it on top, okay? So my eggs in the pan, a little bit of cheese, a wrap on top, okay? And then I'm going to flip, when it's all set, I'm going to flip it and let the bottom of, she's at it again. She's trying to break the door down. Honestly, she's a proper little diva. Honestly, yeah. She can smell food in here, that's what it is. So I've lost my train of thought. Crack my eggs, season them, sprinkle a little bit of cheese, pop me wrap on top, let that all set, flip the wrap, let it all, so you've got the egg is now going to be attached to the wrap, flip it, let the underside of the wrap cook, take it out, let it cook, roll it. It's got like a eggy wrap burrito kind of style going on. That's going to be my breakfast in the morning. So again, if I get up early enough, if I've got enough time, I'll just pop the camera on and show you what I do. And I like doing that because it's protein, and eggs is so good. I love eggs in the morning. I either go between my overnight oats or my eggs. But eggs are so good, so good. It just keeps me full for long. And having that, I'll probably have that about 7:30, 7:45. That'll keep me going right through to lunchtime when I have my salad. So I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. So if I get an opportunity, I'll show you. So yeah, that's me sorted for tomorrow. And then when I come home in the evening, I've got loads of soup in the freezer that I need to use. So I'll probably just some veggie soup or something like that. Yeah, and if I'm still hungry, I'll have just fry off another piece of chicken and have a bit of a chicken wrap or something. But that'll be, plenty for me. Yeah, so there you go, guys. There you go. We've prepped our lunch for tomorrow. What are you having for lunch tomorrow? Yeah, do let me know. Feel free to pop a comment below. And let me know what you had for lunch today, what you had for lunch tomorrow. But also, I'd be interested, how do you deal with buffets? Do you avoid them? Do you take food that you can point or track? If you know the calories or the sins or the Weight Watchers points of it, do you go for those foods? Or do you avoid the buffets altogether? Or do you just think, do you know what, I'm just going to blow it, I'm just going to push the boat out and enjoy it? Or are you like me and think, do you know what, I'm just going to have a little bit of what I fancy and enjoy it, but be a bit measured, yeah, and try and stay in control of my choices? What do you do? I'd love to know. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. So there we go, guys. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed the time with me today. If you're new to this channel, I know I've got quite a few new people. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell, because on this channel we do all sorts of things. We do shopping hauls, we do try on hauls. I haven't done try on haul for ages. Maybe in the summer, yeah, when I get a new wardrobe, I'll do that. But we do shopping hauls, we do food hauls. When I do my food shop, I show you what I've got. We cook like we've done today. We do food prep, meal prep, batch cooking. We do lifestyle, you know, all sorts of manner of things to do with lifestyle. We talk about the health and the weight loss journey. I share my journey. Every month I do an update on my journey for the month. And also lots and lots and lots of chit chat. So if that's the sort of thing that you enjoy, then hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, because when I go live, you'll be the first to know. You can come and join me if you want. And if you've joined me part way through, feel free to go back to the top and watch from the top. And if you want to, go and watch a few more of my lives as well, a few of my videos. Yeah, but it's been great to have you with me this afternoon or this evening. Thank you so much. So I am going to clean up this kitchen. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to put my feet up and have a nice cuppa. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do this evening and get ready for another day. I'm going to have an early night as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to have an early night. I say early, probably about 10, half 10. Yeah, it's been a day full of excitement. So I'm just going to sort of bring it down and relax a little bit. Okay, guys, have a lovely, lovely evening, whatever you do. And I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye.